Welcome back to That LA Garage. Today is going to be a quick little episode explaining salvage cars and the reason why they have such a bad rap. I have somebody that brought in a car for some maintenance, and you know, I'll show you the car and then we'll talk. So I'm in this 2009 STI. Owner had it for many years, been driving it, been dailying it. I had this car from him years ago. Everything ran great, no issues. I rebuilt the engine for him and upgraded the turbo. There's a whole bunch of stuff we did in the engine bay, and motor's running strong, everything with that, which again, just maintenance. And this is kind of what scares people off from salvage cars, because this is a car. All right, so this is what scares people. All these lights, right? When I originally had the car and I was working on the car, I had no lights and all that. And also, I didn't have this as a salvage car. I just did the engine. The engine was supposed to be was what I was doing, and other people did the salvage part of it from before. I didn't even know this car was a salvage car till recently. Looking into all these lights and stuff like that, it becomes scary to go through all of this stuff if you don't know the history of the car and things of that sort. And that's what's kind of scary about these cars. If you don't know the person who fixed it, you don't know how well of quality they do, their work is, if they're, you know. So that's kind of where this car is it's difficult to solve these problems now, not knowing the history of where the car got hit and what repairs were done. So for the future mechanics, it could be hard to find. My assumption with this car, if I were to fix this, since there's a lot of different, you have airbag and ABS, tire sensor and traction control, a lot of different things. The engine is fine, and no check engine light, stuff like that. The brake light also is on. If we turn that off, turn off the handbrake, the light still stays. It should go away. I topped off the fluid, everything's fine. So it's basically the body module of some sort is not getting power or ground. Chances are, if it wasn't a wreck, body shop that fixed it didn't connect a ground wire somewhere. So knowing where the accident is important to save a lot of time. And the way that I solve this for cars that I fix, the cars that I fix that are salvaged or rebuilt, is by posting everything on the internet. You guys see exactly what part of the car, and it's not also for you. Like, let's just say you were to buy a car from me after I do a repair, then you sell it to somebody else. It goes through a line of people, if anything. The videos always stay with the car, so the next person servicing the car can look it over and say, oh, this was done to the car, it was crashed on this end, let me check in this area if there's anything that came loose or anything of that sort. Even though, I do good work, you never know. Even if a car is not salvaged, if it gets into some type of accident, a lot of the times it's from the repair that, body shops forget to put this type of bolt or that type of bolt and that type of stuff, which happens. It's fine. It's, but it does help figure out and single out issues instead of having these types of gremlins. And again, that's why these cars get bad raps. So hopefully that helps answer some questions and all that. But overall, I believe the way that I'm doing it, it's taking the stigma away from salvage cars. And a lot of people that I meet that are interested in these cars, they're people that, they want their dream cars. They're coming to their retirements, and they can't really afford, having a $1,200, $2,000 bill car payment a month, and they just buy a car outright for a lot less than what it would cost if it was in perfect clean title. But the car is perfect afterwards. I fix exactly what it is. Like, for instance, the Carrera 4 over there, the right in front, that car was an insurance scam. There's nothing wrong with the car. That was the car that we found the towel. I'll leave a link down below on that one. That was a very interesting build. I pulled the engine out thinking there was something wrong with the engine. The title said that the car was burnt, but there was no burn whatsoever. Somebody shoved a towel, a kitchen towel, not like a shop towel, but a kitchen towel. So I believe it was probably owner, but kitchen towel inside one of the intake runners of the engine, preventing it from running good. So insurance paid for it to get looked at, and at a certain point they said we're not going to pay any longer and we're just going to total it. But it turns out the car was great. All it needed was a battery, alternator, and me to take that rag out of it, and then, you know, some maintenance. So that's it for this episode. Hopefully it's helped, and that's it till next video. If you ain't got haters, you ain't popping.